Hello, welcome along to Jeff Stamps. I've got a bit of a mixed bag here to show you today. I've got some stamps, interesting stamps here. First of all, I'll show you these as we go from Afghanistan. This is 1962 Afghanistan, featuring the Boy Scout there, the Boy Scout symbol. Afghanistan in 1962 was a very different country to what it is now. Fractured by internal conflict and foreign intervention. For centuries, Afghanistan made several, I suppose you would call, tentative steps toward modernisation in the mid-20th century. And in the 1950s and 1960s, some of the biggest strides were made toward a more liberal and westernised lifestyle while trying to maintain a respect for more conservative factions at the same time. So although officially a neutral nation, Afghanistan was courted and influenced by the US and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. They accepted Soviet machinery and weapons and also US financial aid. So this time was a brief, relatively peaceful era in Afghanistan, the 1950s and 60s, when modern buildings were constructed in Kabul alongside older traditional mud structures, when burqas became optional for a time and the country appeared to be on a path toward a more open, prosperous society. But progress was halted in the 1970s as a series of bloody coups, invasions and civil wars began, and that of course continues to this day, reversing almost all of the steps toward modernisation taken in the 50s and 60s. So these days, Afghanistan is controlled by the Taliban, a very regressive, a very backward and very brutal regime. That's the life that they're living in Afghanistan now. But for a brief time, it was happier back in the 1950s and 60s. And this stamp is from that time, 1962. Here is another one from Afghanistan. From 1962. A couple more here, sporting ones here. Just the same stamp, but a violet. Different denomination there. And another Boy Scout stamp as well. So from a happier time in Afghanistan, 1962, those stamps featured there. These are really nice stamps that I've received, the 25th anniversary of the coronation. I just love the gold on these stamps. Featuring the Sovereign's Orb, O-R-B. So that was 11p, this one's a 13p stamp. This one is featuring the Imperial State Crown. Lovely looking stamps, aren't they? Here's another one. 9p, 25th anniversary of the coronation. Featuring the state coach. See that gold just shimmering there. And $10.5p featuring St Edward's crown. While we're with Great Britain stamps, couple of flower stamps here. The Rose Monday. The Sweet Briar. Grandpa Dixon. I know some topical collectors just collect flowers and nothing else. Well, that's the topical that they've chosen to collect. I just like collecting all sorts of different stamps. Venezuelan stamps. These Venezuelan stamps I ordered a little while ago. They finally arrived. $50 centimos. Here's another of the same denomination. Another Venezuelan stamp. $25 centimos. $15. Oh, I forgot this this particular Great Britain floral stamp here. The Elizabeth of Glamis. These here look like they're from Yugoslavia. Backs aren't too, the reverse side isn't too bad. Tiny bit of rust there, nothing much to worry about. Whoops. It's nice and clean. Some stamps here from Canada. 3-cent stamp featuring King George V by the looks of it. $2-cent stamp, bit of hinging there. Another 2-cent stamp. Oh. Try and soak those hinges off later. Gee, keep slipping through my fingers. I'm sorry. Right. Another one. Looks like they're all hinged. And our final Canada stamp, 3-cent stamp there. Okay, moving from Canada to the United States. US postage. It's an 8-cent stamp. Featuring Zion. Yellowstone National Park, featuring Old Faithful. Pretty clean. California Pacific International Exposition. San Diego, 1535 to 1935. Centenary, oh, more than a centenary, 1535 to 1935. Here is Acadia, 10 cents. Oh, 7 cents. What's it say on the side there? Yeah, 7 cents. I beg your pardon. I just was looking at the side, what was left of what I thought was 10, but 7 cents. Love the illustration, don't you? Very intricate. Okay, this is 4 cents. $9 stamp here. I'm just going to move my tweezers a little bit there. Featuring a glacier. Grand Canyon, 2-cent US postage. These are going way back, these stamps here, probably or early 1960s or before that, into the 1950s. Yosemite, how do you pronounce that? Yosemite, that's it. US postage, 1 cent. Great Smoky Mountains. Tiny bit of hinging there. Crater Lake. So I've got some Norfolk Island stamps here. I do have a lot more in my collection, but these have just arrived. Slightly different to the ones I have. just love the colours on these. Beautiful looking stamps, aren't they? So Norfolk Island is a subtropical island. It's located in the South Pacific Ocean, around 1,600 kilometres northeast of Sydney, or about 1,100 kilometres northwest of Auckland, New Zealand. And the island is 8 kilometres long and 5 kilometres wide. The island's population includes descendants of the mutineers from the HMS Bounty, and they were transferred from Pitcairn Island to Norfolk Island in 1856, as well as settlers from mostly Australia and New Zealand that make up the population of Norfolk. And it's a lovely place to visit. So here's some of those Norfolk Island stamps, and I do have some other stamps that look different to these. So I will show you those one day, those other ones. And finally, looks like King George VI. I love these, they're in beautiful condition. I love the colour, that rich green. It's a very beautiful green. I really love these stamps. And there is a little bit of a hinging, but it's just on the selvage off the side there, as you can see. So there it is there, a little bit of hinging off on the side, but not actually on the stamps itself. And the stamps are pristine. Beautiful condition. So that'll go well in my album. I'm actually running out of room in my album, and I may have to get another album again very, very soon. Now, I know it's not Christmas, and maybe I should leave these to Christmas, but I just need to show you these lovely Great Britain stamps. And isn't that beautiful? I know these are fairly common, but I just love these stamps and how colourful they are. That's that one. I've got two more to go to show you. Pre-decimals. There we go. Beautiful, aren't they? Just absolutely spectacular, the colours and the design. And one more. It's a little bit plainer. Here we go. Featuring the three wise men, although in the Bible it doesn't mention the number 3. But they assume there were 3 because of the gifts mentioned in the Bible. Gold, frankincense, and myrrh. I love how the gold just shimmers there, don't you? So maybe I should have waited till Christmas before I showed you these, but I couldn't wait. I just think they're absolutely beautiful. Oh well, it'll put you in the mood for Christmas anyway. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe, and if you want to make a comment, please do. And check out the other stamp channels as well, including Great Stamp Adventure, Snail Mail with Smokey. There's plenty of others out there as well that are great and give their own perspective and unique angle on stamp collecting. I really appreciate you watching once again. Thank you. Have a great day, and I'll be back soon with another stamp video. Bye-bye for now.